When you start expressing boundaries and when you start having self-value and self-worth, cheap people just run away from you. It's like magic. Because if I tell them no, then they don't like me. I'm like, yes, please, thank you. This is so entertaining. I'm actually just so entertained by this because I'm like, good, you're cheap and you're negative vibe. It's good you don't like me. I don't want you to like me. I don't need you in my life. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Let me just preface this video by saying I was not born like this. I had to learn how to develop boundaries, how to manage negativity, how to be in highly stimulating environments and not be overwhelmed. So this video will be helpful for you if you are an empath, if you're highly sensitive, if you are forced to be in negative environments where you feel like overwhelmed by the stimuli or people around you, or if you struggle with setting boundaries, because all of these things tie in together. And I do a lot of things actually to be able to maintain myself. And I want to share with you in this video as well some of the struggles that I have faced working in a nightclub as a highly sensitive, empathic person, overwhelmed by negative people and loud music, people, crowds, as well as some of the practices that I have developed to negate those struggles, to overcome those struggles, and to actually learn to embrace my situation rather than constantly trying to get out of it because I perceived it as negative. So welcome. If you are new here, my name is Anjali. I simply share with you all the life lessons that I have learned in my life that will help you to become more free, happier as a person in life, because why else are we on earth except to be happy and enjoy our lives? And if you don't know this about me, currently I dance at a nightclub, and actually I started off working day shifts because I was so overwhelmed by the nights. Nights are loud, music is loud, there's a lot of people, they just it gets crazy sometimes, and I was constantly overwhelmed by it. I would get dizzy. There's a lot of negativity also floating around. Of course, there's a lot of good things happening too. So I couldn't handle nights. I couldn't handle the stimuli. So I used to primarily work daytimes because of this. But what happened is that currently the place that I work at, there is a very sleazy manager who was trying to hit on me, who felt me up places that I don't like. No, the answer is no. Like, he was so disrespectful for me, and I was like, I'm not comfortable working with this kind of environment. So I told him, I was like, listen, I am not okay with what happened. I want to keep it professional. But I never showed up to that shift anymore, and it's been such a huge blessing because I switched to nights instead. And nights, it's way better. It's way more potential for making money. It's actually a lot more growth for me. The people that come, in my perspective, are better people, more I don't know better, but those are just the people that I vibrate with more. So it's been a huge blessing in disguise in a way. So I want to share with you some of the things that I do actually that really help me, and I wrote them down on a sticky note. And you can totally learn to change your entire energy, to change the way that you are by implementing certain practices. And what started to happen is also I was getting very drained by night shifts. And because I was getting used to it, I had to really figure out, how can I maintain my energy? How can I recharge myself? How can I block off negativity and clear my energy so that I can work enough to pay all my bills and save up? And I am a little bit, maybe a lot high maintenance. Okay. So I was like, how can I work to get myself everything that I want while at the same time not being burnt out? Because night times were really draining for me. So I started to really dig deep. How can I do this with my energy? And one of the number one things that I found, and I have a whole list, by the way, okay, that I wrote on a sticky note, just because why not? Okay. Paper, pen, words. So what I started doing is really prioritizing my energy, because you understand that there's no such thing as someone else taking away anything from you unless you on some level consent to it. And even though it can feel more overwhelming, it's so easy to fall into this victim mindset, which is what was happening to me. I was falling into this victim mindset of, oh my God, this place is draining me. These people are being negative to me. These people are somehow affecting my energy. It's almost like I'm saying that I'm not in control of my own life. And I don't know about you, but I don't like to tolerate this kind of behavior within myself. So I said, you know what? No, we will not do this. We are, as of now on, claiming back our power over our own life. Point blank freaking period. That's it. No one else has any power over you. So what I started to do is I started with really regenerating my energy, because once you are in high vibration, when you are feeling good, when you are enjoying yourself, negativity doesn't affect you. You don't get affected by it. You don't really feel it, and it's, as a result, bounces off of you. And you don't feel like you are overstimulated. It's almost like you're only a match to perceiving that negativity if you are in low vibrational state of victimization, of feeling like something is being done onto you, like you can't get out. And by the way, I've been there, and I'm speaking from this is exactly what I noticed and observed. And as a result, once I got out of that, that's when everything shifted for me. I got my energy back. I realized like I feel really good within my body. And it's not because my external reality shifted. It's because I shifted. And it's something that I used to hate. I used to really feel like it's negative. It's taking my life out of me. Now I see it as it's adding to my life. I get to help people. I get to enjoy myself. And we are here to enjoy our lives. Okay, you're not here to suffer. No. This is not why you are put on earth. I don't agree with this. If you are in this cycle, it just means you have to learn something. You have to adopt certain practices or certain beliefs, or you have to learn something, because that thing that you are in, you feel stuck and you feel like it's draining you, it's here to teach you something. Okay, so I'm dragging this out. So I started with breath work, life force breath work. You can call it the fire of breath, but really I just went on YouTube, I typed in life force breathwork, because I felt like it's hard to breathe, I am drained, I need to recharge my energy. This environment is so draining for me, I can't live my life, right? So I started with life force breathwork. Every day I started to do this. Sometimes I would do more than one, depending on how I felt, how long they are. Again, just go on YouTube, type in, pick one that resonates, and I'm still trying different ones, right? So breath work, I started with that. Then grounding. Go touch grass, touch a tree, okay? Because two of these things I feel like are so important, because Earth contains negative ions. It literally balances your entire system, your entire body. It reduces inflammation, promotes circulation, all of these things just by touching a tree. And I've been really blessed to have a patio with grass, so it's religious. Every morning I wake up with my messy bed hair, I make my tea, and I go on my patio and I put my feet on the earth. If it's raining, I bring an umbrella. Because it's important, okay? Because that really helps to stabilize you. When you're more stable, you're more centered, you're more able to navigate through negative emotions. With breath work, it's your life force. Your energy is through your breath. So if you're not breathing, if your breath is shallow, the energy is not able to circulate through your body. And if you are in low vibration energy, other things can affect you so much more. So I started doing those two things before work. Then also I incorporated visualization. Now it's about protecting your energy. And again, some people don't need this. Some people have natural boundaries. Okay, good for you. For me, I feel like I need some form of intentional protection of my energy to where I feel like no one else has access to it. So every day I started doing this intentionally. I started with light language. Eventually that just was too much work for me. So I just moved to visualization. It's something I came up with myself. Part of it I came up with myself. So I visualize a white light all around my body. I visualize a gold light all around my body, like a shield. I visualize a purple light all around my body. And then I visualize another layer of white light all around my body. And I set the intention that any energy directed at me that wants to cling, that's negative, whatever, it all gets stuck in this outer layer of white bubble all around me, and it doesn't affect me because there's layers of shield to get to me. So any negativity, any whatever, I always see it as, if I'm around people and they're projecting something or I feel negativity from them, I always see it as, okay, yes, it might potentially be in theory affecting me, but it's not, because it's getting stuck in this outer layer of white light. And when I'm done with work, or if I am in a social situation, when I leave, I visualize all of the energy in that outer layer of white light kind of coming off of me into a bubble, returning back to center, going back to earth. And I find this really helps to make me feel lighter, not so weighed down by emotions, because sometimes we can feel tired because we're just carrying stuff that aren't ours. Like you might feel tired or weighed down by things because you're just like, there are kind of negativities plopped onto you and you just need to clear them. So when I clear myself energetically, that helps a lot. right? Other things that I do to clear is it's a lot, okay? I have so much energetic maintenance, it's crazy, but it helps. And you don't have to do all of these things. If you start doing just one of what I'm sharing with you, it will change your life, okay? So another thing that I do is when I get home from work, sometimes I also listen to a healing frequency. I take a salt bath. To visualize all this negativity coming out of me, and also because I dance, so sometimes I'm just literally sore and that helps my muscles. I also take a shower and I visualize it cleansing my entire body, my entire energy field. I also sometimes sage myself. If I feel like I need extra energy clearing, I use resins with copal. It's like, this is burnt, but like this kind of thing. You burn copal, I burn frankincense, ceremonial tobacco. I know, I'm high maintenance. I know, again, you don't have to do all of these things, just do one, okay? The next thing I do is I have something called a biomat, which is like a heated therapeutic pad that like radiates infrared heat to really help also recharge and relax me, because sometimes I'm overstimulated from the environment, so I can't relax and go to sleep. So I use that to help me. Another thing I do is I bought earplugs for loud environment. So they have these like nightclub earplugs that I just discovered, and it's such a blessing because I feel like I am in my own field. I just got them off of Amazon, just like type in like nightclub earplugs, whatever. I noticed girls wearing them and I was like, I need that. So now I feel like I'm not overwhelmed by loud music or people talking. Like I hear them talking, but everything is like muffled, so I feel like I am in my own world, and that really helps me feel like I'm protecting my energy because I'm almost observing my external situations like a movie. All right, another thing that I do that I feel like is the most important things that I'm kind of leaving towards the end is listening to my intuition, taking care of my body, and mindset. Literally freaking mindset is everything. Because if I knew what I know now, I feel like I could have enjoyed my life more. I could have had a very different experience. And I feel that while I can say this, it's also the fact that I had to learn all of these things. So maybe I can save you time to have to learn everything the hard way and simply implement these things to help you to maintain and manage your energy, to clear your energy. And most important thing is listening to your intuition. What does your gut say? Have strong boundaries. You know, I had to learn this as well, because one of the things that can be really draining is if you feel someone's impeding on your space. You're not able to have boundaries. You're not able to say no. You're not able to express yourself. Not being able to be your true self is one of the most depleting and soul-sucking things in life. So it's very important that you learn to be there for you unapologetically. Like literally, there has to be the savage energy that comes in, that doesn't care, that just is gonna express itself and be unapologetically yourself. And I had to learn this because the nature of my job is that I dance for people. So sometimes I literally said no to money. It's like some people, they walk up to me and they say, can we go for a dance? And sometimes I may or may not agree, but if I do agree and this person's vibe is really off, I tell them, hands off, you cannot touch me. And sometimes they don't like that. I've had someone that literally got like pissed at me because I'm sitting there like I'm starting to dance for them, and then they're trying to grope me and I'm like, no, you cannot touch me here. And he goes, but I want to. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. He goes like, but I want to. And I was like, no. And it was a lot of back and forth. I was like, you can't do that. Like, I'm setting the rules, I'm dancing here, this is my body, this is my rules. I said no. Very disrespectful guy, tried to pay me less. Actually, I walked away without even taking the money, like halfway through the song, because he was unwilling to pay me unless I let him grope me. And I was like, that's not happening. I don't know what you think this is, but this is my body and this is my rules. I literally grabbed my stuff and I walked away. And I realized that sometimes, like, if in the past I would have not done this, in the past I would have said, oh, okay, it's fine, I would have ended up feeling like my boundaries were crossed. I would have felt like angry, not good about myself, and I would think that I hate this job. But it's not that I hated the job. It's that I wasn't able to set strong enough boundaries to tell people to F off if I really don't like their energy, which a lot of people have really good energy. So I don't mind it if their hands are on me. I'm like, okay, you feel like you're a good human. I'm okay with that. But some people, I really had to learn to say, you know what, I'm not comfortable with this. And at the end of the day, I go home with myself. The money is gonna come, the money is gonna go, the money is gonna come. You will always make more money. You will find a way. But your self-respect, your mind, your happiness stays. Like, you go home with yourself, and if you traumatize yourself for the money, that trauma stays in your body. And I had to do a lot of energy clearing and healing as well. So that's so important, having healthy boundaries, because if you are in an environment with coworkers, whatever your situation is, it's possible that you feel it's negative, not necessarily so much because like of the environment. It can be the environment, but it's also your mindset. It's literally your mindset. It's how do you see things? Are you doing something to actively get out? Are you perceiving the situation as an opportunity to grow? Because for me, like, I can say this, oh, it's negative, but I really see it as it's opportunity for me to grow, to become better, to help other people, to do a lot of different things, you know. And I think it's your mindset, your boundaries. It's one of the key things that, again, I was projecting it onto the job. I was like, I hate this job. But it's not that I hate the job. It's that I wasn't giving myself the permission to be myself because I didn't want to offend people. So now I offend people freely. It's funny. I feel like, I don't know what happened recently. I became so polarizing. I've been on and off with dancing at the club. There were times I did it for a few months, I quit. I did it for a year, I quit. It was just very on and off. But I've never had situations where someone else would get annoyed at me and leave or stop me in the middle of the song because I set boundaries. I said, I'm not going to sit with you for free for forever. I was like, if you want me to sit with you, eventually you have to pay me. I'm not just going to sit with you for free because my time is valuable. Or like, I didn't say it like that, but I just let them understand the fact that it's not free. You don't get my time and energy for free at the job, okay? Or if I said someone, you can't touch me because I don't let you touch me here like that. And some people got offended. They're like, oh, but okay, well then I don't even want to dance anymore. Because they don't like boundaries. But you know what's so good about it? When you start expressing boundaries and when you start having self-value and self-worth, cheap people just run away from you. It's like magic, because all of those people that got offended, they all tried to reason the price, because like usually the way it works is like you dance per song, and most clubs, they charge $20 per song from what I know, and also daytime is the same cost. But at nighttime, all the girls charge $40 per song, or 3 songs for $100. And some people don't like that. Some people try to be like, but no, I will only pay you 20, or I will do 1 for 30, or I will do 2 for 50. And depending on how I feel and how much people there are, I may or may not say yes to it, depending on my mood. But for the most part, all the people that try to reason the cost, the cheap ones, those are the ones that get offended when I set boundaries. The people that pay 3 for 100 or do private rooms, they don't get offended. They're fine. They're the ones that are respectful. So what I find is that you actually do better in life when you have solid boundaries, when you value yourself, and when you don't allow anyone else to walk all over you for like what? All these cheap people with bad vibes and bad energy that try to pay me less and be disrespectful. And if I tell them no, then they don't like me. I'm like, yes, please, thank you. This is so entertaining. I'm actually just so entertained by this because I'm like, good, you're cheap and you're negative vibe. It's good you don't like me. I don't want you to like me. I don't need you in my life. Goodbye, bye-bye. It saves you so much energy. So boundaries, mindset, and listening to your intuition all the time, because sometimes it's not what people say. It's what's underneath it. It's what God wants you to do. And I always ask God before I do anything, to the best of my ability, to however I remember to do it. I'm not perfect at this, but I ask God, do you want me to work tonight? Regardless of if I feel tired, if I feel good, do you want me at work tonight? Because I'm self-employed, I can go to work whenever I want to. I can leave whenever I want to. As long as I pay them, you have to basically pay the club a fee and tip out to work. As long as I pay them, I can be there. I don't have to be there. So I ask God, like, do you want me at work today? If God says yes, and if I'm tired, if I'm not in the mood, if I have to go to work grunting like, I don't want to do this, you do it. Because God said so. And that always ends up being the best possible case scenario. Because I always see it as, like, we don't know the big picture, but your intuition does. Your mind is not able to see it. Your ego is not able to see it. But with your intuition, you can really use it as a guide to really take you to essentially what's going to be best for your path, for your soul, for your growth, for your expansion, for your happiness, basically. Another thing I will say is just find what works for you. You know, there is a lot of things that can be done, but my only hope for this video is overshare everything that I have ever done that works. One more thing I will say is that I may have forgotten to mention is taking care of your body is so important, because I noticed that I have a lot more energy, and it's because I finally started to accept the needs that my body has. Like, I cannot eat the same way that normal people eat. I cannot do things the same way that people do things. I have very specific needs for my body that if I listen to it, I feel better, I have more energy. For example, some days I only can eat one time. Sometimes I eat twice, but even that is sometimes a lot for me. If I eat once, the rest of the day I drink smoothies, I drink tea, I might have a little snack like little fruit or nuts. Then I feel good, I have energy. If I eat twice, some days if I'm really hungry, I will eat twice, but it has to be very clean. I have to cook it myself. Then, okay, I can eat twice, but I drink less smoothies, I don't really snack, and I have to move. And then my body is good, I have energy, and also I started drinking caffeine because I realized that it helps me to focus. It helps me, and I don't drink a lot of it, I just drink tea. So I started drinking green tea, jasmine tea actually, which has green tea. So it's been helpful, and I for the longest time resisted this. I was like, oh no, I don't want to drink caffeine, I don't want to drink coffee. Still don't drink coffee, I just drink green tea. But that's all I need, it's enough for me, and I feel so much better honoring the fact that maybe most people can go eat out, they can eat normal food, their body is okay with it. But if I did that, I feel miserable. Like, you would think I hate humanity. Like, you would think I'm just some mean, angry person if I eat something wrong that's not correct for my body, and then I feel off, and my whole entire energy gets thrown off because my body is not able to process the stuff I put into it. So that's such a small thing that I don't think most people even think about, that the stuff that you put into your body, not just energetically, but physically, has such a huge impact. Like, huge. I mean, huge. But like, the amount of socializations I want to have, like, I become social, I become extroverted, I become bubbly, I become like, oh my God, hi, let me give you a hug, when I'm in a good mood, when I eat properly for my body. If I eat something that's not right for my body, immediately I'm cranky, I'm crabby. Do not speak to me, don't even look at me. God forbid you looked at me. I get mad. I'm like, don't even look at me, okay? So it depends on like how much energy I have. So sometimes, you know, the way that you are, the way that you feel, nothing's wrong with you. It's just that you have to learn to better cater to your own needs and to your own energy. So I hope that this video was helpful. This is going on for quite a while. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think, if you resonated with any of these ways, if there are any other things that you do that maybe I did not mention. I would love to hear them. And with that said, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.